financial stress is the biggest stress in the world. I don't care what anybody says. Freedom to me is doing my own thing, my own time, and actually doing what I want to do. I'm 2-time Irish champion. My previous coach, the guy that said I wouldn't be anything, was a 4-time Irish champion. He said, you're not going to be no professional champion. You're not going to win any more fights. If you move gyms, you're not going to be a champion. He has subconsciously fueled me. I know I'm a champion. I've said this to people before. In each one of my 3 gyms, I've been like an Irish champion, a different sort of Irish champion, and again, a different sort. So, and it's not the environment, it's me, you know?
Yeah.
I believe I'm the champion. No matter where I go, I will be the champion. After that day, I was like, wow, I'm 18 and you're telling me this. Like, who the fuck are you? The people in the world that always have my back.
And what were your options?
To stay there and be in this bad environment, or to go my gut and go, yeah. And I always follow my gut.
This week on the Creating Freedom podcast, we're joined by Clarke, all the way from Ireland. At the age of 16, he knew he wanted to become a world title fighter. Okay, and coming from a single parent household and scraping every penny together to make his dreams come true, knockback after knockback after knockback, he eventually turned pro by the age of 18. Right, and not surprisingly, considering he lived 15 minutes away from Conor McGregor. Okay, but when the opportunity came to fight internationally, Aaron jumped on it. And from the time that he arrived, he was thrown into bigger fights, way above his weight class. Right? Now, living in Bali, let's get right into it and hear his story.
Right, today, welcome to Creating Freedom. Today, I've got my boy Aaron.
Yo!
Another fighter from, where are you from actually? Tell us where you're from.
From Ireland, a long way away from Ireland. What a beautiful country.
That's the same as Conor McGregor now. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I only live like, I think, 15 minutes away.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that's a huge influence to me, you know?
Yeah, probably something in that water then, yeah?
Yeah, something in the
Pure
Irish
strength.
war, boy. Irish are well known for, what we call them, nut crate cases in England.
You know, the fighting Irish, innit?
That's it, mate. All right, man, so the podcast is called Creating Freedom.
Yo.
I mean, when you hear that word freedom, how does that ring with you?
Freedom to me is doing my own thing, my own time, and actually doing what I want to do. Not just, oh, I have 2 hours left of my day, I'm going to watch a YouTube video, have a shitty meal, and restart my day again. Yeah.
Yes. So, all right, so that's quite interesting. So, what was your life like before you took the leap?
The leap, I think for me, there was no distinctive leap. It was always a single course that I was on, and I was just doing this society on the side.
Yeah,
You
so
know?
going on to that, I guess, so you already had a goal, right? You were pretty locked into to knowing what you were
Thankfully,
doing.
it found me,
Yeah.
you know, and just was on it, just happened to stumble across this sport, and just, that was my path. So looking at it now from going backwards, it was 2 sides. There was everybody else doing what they're doing and following this norm to what I wanted to do and where I wanted to bring it.
Yeah.
Just in the background, it just kept happening, and slowly I felt like distractions went away, the crowd went away, and then after a few years I was like, whoa, okay, where can I actually bring this?
Yeah, at what point that, you realize that everyone's doing their own thing. You must at some point have been doing that same thing as well, and you're just like, you know what?
Sure.
I kind of know what I'm doing.
I think even before, I'm still quite young before, I think I turned professional at the age of 18. So even, to be a professional at 18 is like, yo, you're already on your path. You're already on it. You know, you're not like, oh, I see he's doing this. They're probably looking at me thinking, oh, he's doing his thing.
So you started home pro at 18.
Yeah.
What age did you actually start?
16.
16.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I came in late, bro. Late as in still very early for sports, but in real like pedigree sports, kids start when they're like 8, 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When the Repton Boxing Club is like, you get a lot of the kids starting from 4, 5,
Yeah,
6, 7,
and that's
8.
huge.
But then like a lot of people, when they get older, they're like, oh, you know what, I wish I'd
Burnt
done this
out.
younger. I'm like,
Yeah.
when you get to your 30s, you're going to be saying, I wish you would have done this at the age that you are now.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, so I started from 4 years old, but I've seen some amazing fighters who started at
I see
16,
a lot of
17,
burnout
18,
and stuff.
19. Yeah, and that's another thing, burnout.
Yeah.
Good thing. So with Repton, it's like, there's a couple of young boys who started so young, and they're cutting weight from a young age. I think it's not good for the bones.
Just going through the motions.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like going back to like Ireland, and then me, you know, obviously not a boxing head, but you know, it would have been super competitive because I feel like just in your area, and then starting at 16, and within sort of 2 years, you were, you know, on the top of your game essentially.
Yeah, I think I was in like, just growing up, obviously I have like a good figure, just like I have an amazing mom, love you loads. Super like, just to be about me. Obviously I'm competitiveness and there's that in the household, but like competitive for what? Not just competitive to be like, oh, I'm beating you. It's competitive because I am competitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not just doing it to like just win.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it to like prove to myself and show myself I can do anything, and that all it takes is just to believe, to do the work. Like, it's no fairy tale.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do anything, da 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 da.
I mean,
you know?
what was it like in your household? I mean, you got brothers, sisters?
I was a single child growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, single parent. That's a huge thing, I think.
So you come from a single parent, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of course, who I am. I think it's a huge part of growing up in Ireland, growing up in probably most of the world, to be honest with you.
I have a lot of Irish friends, and it's like, it's all very family oriented. So like, yeah, growing up as a single.
I think out of my friend group, I had 4 friends, and each of us, one was a single parent, the other one was a single parent, so 3 single parents, you know? 3 single parents is a huge thing in a group to have.
What was your life like beforehand? I mean, was you working?
Yeah.
Was it just fighting and work?
I had school life. I was like 16. I was waking up in the morning, like super like late, running to school, do my whole school day. I leave early from school, cycle to a gym like 40 minutes away, like shitty roads, stay there from like 5 o'clock till like 9 o'clock, cycle back, don't get home till like 10:30. This is all while I'm in like secondary school.
Yeah.
So every day I'm waking up like no homework done, like tired as fuck, like, you know, just not in school.
So how did you do in school? Was that?
Yeah, it was just, you can imagine it,
Was you a
just
good
there.
school student? Or was you
No,
just
I wasn't a studious. I was a nice guy, and I connected with all the teachers and stuff, but the academic side was lacking.
Yeah.
Very much lacking.
that was.
Very much lacking, bro.
looking, you know, when you were 18 and you're top of your game, what was everybody else doing? You know, what was your environment like? You know,
Everyone starts working, you know. Everyone needs some money to like fund your activities, fund your like friendships. So everyone started, like, a big thing is like just like laboring.
Yeah.
Just laboring's a huge thing. Like, some are sparks, like electricity.
Chippies.
Yeah, chippies. Yeah. I took the road of like doing like a bit of laboring.
yeah.
Like just being a donkey.
Yeah, I
But-
don't know.
I'm not huge, you know. I'm
Yeah.
a slender guy, you know. So this work was not for
Oh yeah.
me.
I mean, Australia's the same as well. Yeah, everyone gets into construction. My brother is like
The coal, innit?
huh?
Coal mines or something like that?
Oh yeah, one of my cousins went to like the mines to do.
That's a big thing.
It's big, yeah. It's all construction. Look at me, yeah. I'm tiny, yeah.
Not built for that. Like.
Not, I had to find something else, yeah.
See, when you're carrying a wheelbarrow, bro, and you're running back and forth, and your back is hurting, and
Trying to hold him up
Yeah.
with the cement bags.
60 kilos, bro.
I'm
walk
quite
around.
strong, so he's like, no, I'm trying to throw 2 on because the bigger guy's holding
Yo,
2.
yeah.
Like, I do that.
Same,
Yeah.
same.
And then when you're walking up and down them stairs, man, it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
And waking up in the morning, it's like the cold.
Yeah,
It must be extra cold in Ireland. It's
it's
like, wake up
horrible.
in the cold, having to work in
Yeah.
the cold, and I was sitting there thinking, man, this is not for me, man.
Bro, I used
Yeah.
to just live for my lunch break. Like, oh, I can't wait for a cup of tea. I hope this lady that we're working in her house brings me out some biscuits, which they do. Irish are very
Yeah, cool.
hospitable, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
If there's somebody at home and they're not working, they're gonna make you a cup of tea. They're gonna make you comfy, you know.
And so, you know, you were doing that, and then how did you fit the training in?
Yeah, so I did like went for like a run maybe sometimes in the morning, then, and this is like early, like 5 or something.
Wow.
Yeah, then you're getting picked up at like 6, half 6. You gotta do your full day. You come back 6 o'clock, literally straight out of van. I used to go. My coach was actually helping me. He helped me get a job where he was working. So I was kind of working with my coach.
Oh, yeah.
So then I come home, we be together. He knows I'm tired. He understands, you know. Literally straight from the van home, go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like literally, there's no
Yeah.
middle
And
ground.
how long will you be at the gym for?
Be at the gym like 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Like straight after, do my pads. Maybe do like a class, like help teach.
Yeah.
Then do like another little bit after, like a bit drilling in the evening.
I feel like
how many days a week?
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
Except for Sunday.
Yeah, I feel like that you know, your life or this especially like that's for everybody. We'd say like, you know, that's the thing, because you still need to earn money.
Yeah, you
but
have
then you have like a dream or like sort of a goal. That's like,
But I did see after like I didn't fully realize that it was a career until like my 3rd or 4th pro fight. Until my first loss, actually.
Yeah.
Until my like first big loss, I was like, whoa, there's levels to this. Like this guy was so much better than me. The area was better. Like, you know what I mean?
It's the biggest wake up thing. Like, when you lose
Yeah.
a fight, it's
Yeah.
like it will either make you or break you.
Yeah.
And like there's so many people where it's like when they lose the fight, that's when you will see the real person, the real beast come out. Like they go back, they train 10 times harder. With some people, we're like, oh, this is not for me.
and then give
But
up.
then people ain't made for that, you know. And, and that's the different. That's the levels.
Boxing and Muay Thai, I think, is a huge thing. In boxing, they pad records. They give journeyman. They give they make sure that like they're trying to build you into a superstar, which is great because a lot of people make it to the 2nd tier, make a nice bit of money, have a name for themselves, but most of it's fake. They might still be great boxers, but it's
What do you mean it's fake?
like they have journeyman.
So you have journeyman. So for them who don't know, so let's say I was on the England team and I won the national championship. So like
Amateur-wise.
I'm very good like market wise. So now when I turn pro, they're like, yeah, you're very good. You can really go somewhere. So for your first like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, even 10 fights, they give you a journeyman. So these men are basically made to lose. Like they're not there to beat
It's
you.
literally a career.
So it's like, and there's some journeymen, right? So there's some journeymen who actually get paid really good money
To lose.
And like, there's, I mean, I can't remember the name, but there's one journeyman who made so much money because he was fighting nearly every weekend.
Yeah.
And he made a lot of money, bought houses and all that. So, you know, good for him, like, because he looked at it like, I'm not going to be world champion, but I'm going to
Yeah.
win this game.
That's his game.
And he made so much money because he was on it every week. But he's like, you know, in a way, he's like, you're a journeyman and you start beating up this prospect, like then the person, like the next promoter, like, I don't want you next time, you know. But you got to go in there.
Believably fake.
Yeah, you got to go in there. Don't lose easy. Like, put a decent fight. We got to make our guy look good. And so a lot of people don't know this in boxing. And,
Yeah.
and so a lot of
Huge
people who've got
madness.
potential, like marketable, they normally have the first 5 to 10 fights, normally journeyman.
Oh, so it's mainly a marketing thing.
That's
Yeah.
why, so look at the
Boxing
money
is the
in
biggest cutthroat business, man. It's
Yeah.
like, out of all the sports I've seen,
Yeah.
boxing is so dirty. And it's like now, like people starting to see how dirty it is, but there's still so much more levels to that.
Yeah, and so for you, so how did you
boxing-
navigate that?
This is where I came from then. So my first professional fight was a loss. Like my first professional against a guy that was 5-0, 5 stoppages. Like that's not a pattern. Like that's
Yeah.
taking the hardest fight I could have taken. Probably like any first professional fight, you know?
Well, there's, we have matchups. Normally, you have like, you know, if you're fighting on your first fight, they find someone who's had their first fight, or maybe one fight, 2 fights, maybe 1 loss from it. So it's a little bit equal.
Yeah.
Like jumping in with someone who's had 5, 6 fights and all fucking knockouts.
Yeah.
It's that,
I was
you know,
coming in as like an underdog, you know.
it's like you being a white belt jumping in with a black belt.
Yeah.
It's that.
But that's the mentality that I just naturally have.
Yeah.
I want the challenge. I don't really.
And then what did you learn from that? What did you realize after?
After that, there was a bit of like unsettled with my coach. I don't know, he had his own things going on at the time. I'm only 18. I'm not learning about like people's like real intentions, and he kind of set me up a little bit. So the opponent was game. I knew the opponent, but there's different rules class in pro, in like Thai boxing stuff. There's C class, B class, and A class. C class is no shin guards, no knees to the head, and 2 minutes. B class is 3 minutes, no knees to the head, so it's 1 step up. And then A class is 3 minutes, which is a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's an extra round, you know.
Yeah.
You're throwing kicks, punches, clinching. There's a lot of stuff in it. So by the end of the last round, I was gassed.
Yeah.
Like completely, my shoulders were dead. I was just trying to punch this guy, and he was like a warrior.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, I was hitting on my hardest shot. His eyes were rolling. And he was just.
I think,
you know,
when you hear stories like that, because I came from the same background, is that this one really makes men. Like, and I know we're going a bit off subject, but it's like, you know, the kids today, like in the world that we live in, it's like they're too pampered. Yeah. And it's like,
I think I'm one of the last generations, and I can say that proudly.
But even like,
with no phone,
even get some generation now, like, you know, the dad is a little bit different from all the other parents. But he's like, too many of them are pampered, this and that. But he's like, you know, going in there and fighting for it, it's like you're fighting for your life.
Yeah, I mean, like, you could say the same thing where, you know, with our parents saying how we have a soft, we're just
100%.
soft, and then
I am definitely softer than what potentially could have been, but I still know the difference between hardship and getting easy. I don't think these people do.
Yeah,
and then that's why it's right. So, everyone's a winner. Everyone gets a medal. It's like, no, man. Only the winner gets a medal. So like, there's been a lot of talks about that. You know, like how the world changes. Like everyone gets a medal. No,
that's so silly.
Like, when a kid loses, he's got to learn from that loss. You know, and understand. And this is what makes you, you know, develop in life. It's like when I lost my fight, I sat there, and I remember I was so good at sports, good at running. I was always like a winner, and I got my ass handed to me. I was a white belt, getting in with a black belt. The black belt kicked my ass. And
you knew then where you stood.
I walked out. I remember I walked about 10 minutes away. I sat down next to the lake, and I sat there and I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna leave this sport until I beat everyone. I want to do this and that. And I went back and I trained my fucking ass off. And it's like, even again, I got lost after that still. But I came back, keep trying, you know, and that's the way it is with success. Success is that you gotta keep going. Like, you're gonna get knocked down.
matter what.
People get knocked down once and think, that's not for me.
And so going back to that after you'd lost, what was your mindset then?
I was like, similar. Like, you know, I was like, wow, like, okay, I need to be fitter. Like, I need to be conditioned better. I need to start doing like strength program. I need to leave this bad environment that I was put into. And that was the biggest thing. I think that's the first thing.
That's a big learning thing, man.
So basically this coach told me after this fight and all, he's like, I'm like trying to move gyms, because he's fell out with everybody. He's fell out with his whole entourage, you know?
Yeah.
And here I am, his prodigy, my own prodigy of myself. I'm zero. I lost. I didn't win in my first pro fight. Oh, now what? Like, do I just stop? No. Like, I'm learning from him to change.
What did he say?
He told me, he said, if you move gyms, you're not going to be a champion. He said, you're not going to be no professional champion. You're not going to win any more fights. And after that day, I was like, wow, I'm 18 and you're telling me this. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, you know?
Who the fuck are you? That's
literally,
I was thinking the exact same thing,
But this is true. Like, who are you to tell me that?
Yeah.
You don't know anything.
You don't know me.
And I think from that day on, it's like a kind of realization right now, like, he is subconsciously fueled me.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm a champion. I've said this to people before. In amateur, I've been in 2 different gyms. I've been a champion in both. In professional, I've been in Bali now. This is my 4th gym. I'm yet to be a champion, like to collect a belt here, but I'm sure I will. In each one of my 3 gyms, I've been like an Irish champion, a different sort of Irish champion, and again a different sort. So, and it's not the environment. It's me, you know. I believe I'm the champion. No matter where I go, I will be the champion. And going forward, world champion, multiple world champion, I will be.
And so, what's happened after you've left that? You've left that gym, obviously, right? What was sort of the next step after that?
That was a tough one. That was like the first internal. That was my first internal, like, outside situation that I'm dealing like, oh, but if I leave here and do this and this might not work out. So that was my first, like, that was a leap. That was my first leap, like, to decide, okay, the world doesn't always. The people in the world don't always have my back.
And what were your options?
Doesn't always have your favor. Yeah.
To stay there and be in this bad environment, or to go my gut and go.
Yeah.
And I might always follow my gut.
And where did that lead you to?
It led me to a smaller gym with one coach, very like small community. But I've been with this guy in my last gym. He held some pads for me and stuff. He said, "Look, come over here. I'm gonna try open a gym." This guy had no experience with opening a gym or anything. And I went because it felt right. He had good intentions for me. And we did. We got to a certain level. I got to, I think maybe six fights. I won. I got a few knockouts. I'm like Irish champion. And then COVID hit.
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm after moving gyms. I'm after rebuilding myself. Being Irish champion, boom. Like COVID's hit, I'm like, now what? There's 2, like, one fight fell through, next fight, blah, blah. I've just been training for a whole, like, year and a half. And I'm sure all the other athletes
So
did.
everyone else, it must have been so hard for all the athletes through that COVID.
It was such a confusion.
Because, gym is life.
Gym is life, bro.
You might wake up, you go to work and all that, but all you think about getting to the gym.
Yeah.
And the biggest part of your day is that gym.
Yeah.
You got your community, you got, like, it's family thing, it's home. Oh yeah, man. That must be
Well, it was a
crazy.
cool part because I developed, like, a lot of, like, self-work.
Yeah.
Like road running, like doing my own little home workouts and stuff like that. And that was grind.
Yeah.
Like, that's real grind. Like, not someone telling you what to do. Me finding a way to grab that hunger of,
Keep
okay, I
Some
can
people
relax
just sit there
today.
and let the time pass them, but you're like, nah.
Every day I wake up and I think, like, if I don't work out, it's not that I'm being lazy. It's like I don't feel accomplished. I don't feel like I'm going towards where I need to be.
Did you have like what we call like a North Star? Like when COVID hit, I know everybody got knocked with a baseball bat in their head and was like, what do we do now? And that was with everybody, with business and
I was still
whatnot as
quite
well.
young. I still am quite young. But I was younger.
Yeah.
I was only 20, 21. 2021, our government had a scheme that if you worked 6 months prior, you got paid every week. So for every week for 2 years, we got paid. What is a 21-year-old gonna do getting free money? So you probably guess what they're gonna do. They're gonna do stupid shit.
Yeah.
So we just, like, with the community of, like, smoking and all this, I just went straight down, me and my friends. I would train, I would eat crap food, I would play PlayStation, and I'd smoke weed.
I mean,
know?
like, when...
For 2 years. That's
2 years.
crazy, bro.
It's 2 years of people's life. I always say that in life there's chapters. We have chapters. Is that for nearly everyone, COVID was a chapter.
Bro,
it was a
huge
moment
chapter.
in life for everybody. It's that, it changed people's concept, outlooks, everything, their habits.
It was like a war.
yeah.
it was a war.
with yourself, war with fucking
What would you
everyone
call
else, your neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a hard time, man. And it's either made or break people because some people through that COVID really changed their life for the better, where some people really just went the other way.
I've seen it. I've seen the financial, our whole financial market right now was built off COVID. That's why everyone can move abroad. That's why you guys are here making this freedom, because the freedom started then from not having freedom. That it grew and everyone's like, you know what? I'm not dependent on the government anymore. I'm not dependent I can show up to work and make money. I'm making my own money.
So
I'm
what was,
making my own money.
after COVID, then what was it like for you after COVID? Then?
Well, just like maybe not after the COVID. I just wanted to understand, like during COVID, when you were, you were smoking, you're just doing dumb shit that just
living.
just living, right? Like at what, how did you break out of it essentially? Was there a moment, right? Did you just feel like, did you just get to a dead end and it was like, what, I
So
should be doing
again, this gym that I was in was kind of falling again and again. This guy started to go down. This second gym started to go down. And then I looked at myself and I was like, damn, like maybe it's me. Still only 21, 22-ish. Damn, maybe it's me. Like maybe I'm the problem. Then I thought, you know what? It's not. I'm growing. So these people weren't growing. I was outgrowing these people. I was outgrowing them. And at the time, that's very hard for a 21-year-old to self-diagnose that, I'm outgrowing grown men. That's a hard thing to wrap your head around,
It's like the same thing is that growing up in certain areas, when you're first young, you get kind of put with your friends because that's what's there. And after a while, you grow out of them. But some people don't grow out of the friends; they stay there in that group. But it's that when I look at all my friends, I grew out my street friends. I'd done my kickboxing thing, I'd done the nightclub stuff, and all my friends I had through this, I grew out of them, and that's why I am where I am now.
So you mentioned you were outgrowing the people around you in your environment, right? Yeah. Like, you were playing PS3, 4 or 5 or whatever it is now. Yeah. But, it's the hardest thing is to break out of that bubble because you self-reflected, right? A little bit. And that's to be in an environment where you're doing the same thing over and you're stuck in there. It's hard to pull yourself out, look at your life or look at you as a person from like the third, a higher angle, from a zoomed out a bit. I guess how did you zoom out and what did you see, or how did you grow?
I've seen this one thing before, and it was about training every day for years. It's the same shit over and over and over. It looks very similar. My every single day look nearly identical, but you're perfecting your every day. So if you're worried, if you're not worried, if you're focused on yourself about each thing you do from the moment you wake up to the moment you sleep, it looks like you're going around in a circle. It looks like it, but if you look at it from this way, you're actually going like a spiral. Yeah, it's compounding, it's going, and I could see the compound, thankfully. I could see my runs were getting faster. I could see I wanted to get better mindsets. I was following different figures. And it's great to have influential people like Simon. Simon's a great, when I came here, and to this day, I still think like, damn, he's probably one of the kindest souls I've met.
He was.
You deserve it, bro. And this is someone to look at. Maybe I think, oh, damn, I could do more charity work, or I could be nice to this person.
You can punch people in the face. I can't punch people in the face.
Yeah, and that's why I take it, because you've done this road.
Yeah.
So I can see there's much more to me, and at that time I saw better athletes, and Then again, back where we were starting, this gym was closing, so I had to make this same change again. I went back to one of these this young lady from a gym, my first gym, and she said, "Hey, I'm in this great gym. It's not a kickboxing gym, it's a boxing gym, but we can work together, just me and you."
And when you say work together, because I don't understand,
she can be my coach.
Right. Okay.
So she's only started coaching. We're both still young. She's a little bit older, 26, I think. I could be wrong on that. 26, I'm 21. She's in a great environment. I've heard great things about this place. Looks good. There's one professional boxer there that was super good as well. So this was a huge risk. Damn, again, do I stay here in this environment that's sinking, or do I take another leap? So this is where it is. The leaps are smaller leaps first. They're not leaps. I didn't go from being a nobody to jump into Bali and being a champion, There's small, there's personal jumps, there's character jumps, there's relationship jumps, there's so many jumps. You just need to see them all coming together to shape you who you are. So I took risk after risk. It worked out. Again, it was still COVID. I trained for another 10 months, no fights, uncertainty about this coach. I could see improvements in the athlete I was.
Yeah.
And that's what carried me through COVID, being a better athlete, not being a better fighter.
And so, yeah, I guess like,
So COVID finished.
COVID's done.
COVID's done. I had this huge fight against a guy called Jay Council. And this guy was a champion in professional when I was still an amateur. So this guy was kind of scary to me. He was like, in my head, I had a mental block. Damn, I can't believe this guy wants to fight me. Like, we went and we fought in the same show together in England. We were like mates, like, we were good together, you know? It's the fight game.
Yeah,
it's the fight game, bro. If you're not my
Only one man
brother, yeah, only one man can be winner. And I knew at that time I can beat this guy. I had great people around me supporting me. I was a total different athlete. I had a whole new belief in myself. And I bet this guy. I knocked him out in the first round.
What?
Yeah, like, I destroyed this guy, like, with no effort.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like that Conor McGregor and what's his name? The guy
Aldo.
just done the Aldo, yeah.
Bro,
Super punch.
like-
It was the most biggest letdown ever,
Like,
yeah.
with no effort.
Yeah.
And because I believed in myself so much in my journey, I told people around me, I said, this guy is going to come out, he's going to swing for the heavens, he's going to try smash me in the first 30 seconds, he's going to try jump me, and once he realizes that done nothing, I'm just going to knock him out.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm going to let him blow his gas for 30 seconds,
That's it.
let him live in his ego, and I'm just going to slap him. That's exactly what I did. I look like I'm not even sweating, I'm not even
break
taking
a
a breath.
sweat.
You know what I mean? Not even a breath. I just knew this would happen. And after I did that, I was like, wow, like, he was a boss.
Yeah, that made you feel like.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
like,
he-
fuck. Like, that was all in my mind. I could do that with anyone.
And so, did you have like, after COVID came out, did you
Yeah.
have like just line up fights because you were just
Same.
pent up
No,
like
this
everybody
was-
else?
This was the strange thing. It was still a very hard, like, it's a small industry, especially in Ireland. It's only growing. So I'm after taking out this top champion. Now I'm 2 times champion.
Oh, so he was a champion?
No, he challenged me. He was a champion on the lower. So he came up because he was like, this is going to be easy fight. And I was like, bro.
Just knocked him out.
Yeah, just slapped him like boring, you know? Boring. Okay, and then I knew, okay, I'm 2-time Irish champion. My previous coach, the guy that said I wouldn't be anything, was a 4-time Irish champion. So I'm already like 20, 22, and I'm like, damn, this guy's only a 4-time Irish champion and saying I can't do anything? I'm already 2, and I haven't even like,
You're still
haven't
22.
haven't even broke a sweat, you know what I mean? Literally. Then I was like, I need to grow. So we started looking for shows in England, that I got 1 or 2 good fights, knocked them out. Then I was like, okay, again, we need to level up again. I got on a bigger show, I lost this fight.
Yeah, okay.
This fight was big for me. I
And so
lost
at
my
what this level-
girlfriend, I lost the fight. I was sad, bro.
Yeah.
I remember walking up the road one day, still training, still being disciplined. I just remember crying on the way up to training, just like no reason. Just crying like, oh my God, this is not it. This is not it, like, you
So
know.
what happens from there?
And then what happened from there was I was stuck in that sadness for a little bit. The gym I was in, again, it just started just a little bit go down. But I see the pattern.
Yeah.
I've seen the gym go down, I moved. The gym go down, move. Gym go down. I was like, something's not right here. And I had this feeling in my stomach, and I was like, for a week, I was like, something's not right. I took like 2 days off from the gym, sat at home, and some idea popped into my head. I was chatting with this old fella. From the very start, I knew him. He was always kind of like whispering stuff in my ear and, you know, bigging me up,
Yeah.
like to go in this direction. And maybe you should get out of here. Maybe you should get out of Ireland. And I was like, yeah, I've done a few trips over to Amsterdam and here and there. And he says, yeah, but we should not go over to like get out of here and go to Thailand or something, you know?
Yeah, Thailand for Muay Thai is that
Yeah,
Thai boxing is
it's
massive.
huge there. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna think about it. This guy's
So he put
this lad's in
he set
yeah.
the seed on you.
He set the
Put
seed.
the seed in your head.
He's a planter.
Yeah.
And to this day, I'm super thankful for you, Michael. Good man.
Good farmer, huh?
Yeah, good farmer, bro. So from that day, I was thinking about it. So this is like at the end of October, November-ish. And I'm like, yeah, stuff's going down. We're slowly getting into December. And then he's like, so what are you thinking on that plan? Like, I was like, fuck, I have no money. Like, I'm broke as an athlete.
Yeah.
You're broke as an up and coming athlete. You're broke. You're giving all your energy, all your money, all your time for just like 200 or 300 quid. Like, that's not an equivalent at all.
Yeah.
Luckily, I got sponsors from this great gym I'm in. I got sponsored from outside. I got great help off my family, off my friends. Everyone pitches in. Everyone pitches in to help. And I can't wait till I have a significant world title to just say thank you to everyone from the bottom all the way up. And I know there's going to be more. You guys are part of it now. You know what I mean? You guys are part of the rise. And for me, it's my story. Yeah.
So you from there then, so you're talking about you was thinking about leaving.
Yeah.
What got you there? Where was that moment where you was like, fuck this?
I got sick after all this, like, sadness I had. My body was just run down. I was sad what was going on around me. I was sad I couldn't break out of Ireland. Sad I couldn't find the right steps. And then with all this, I got sick, took rest, and in this rest, my gut spoke. My gut said, like, you need to get out of here. So the seed was planted. It came into my soul. It came through my body. It was sick, and I felt it here. And in the next 2 days, it was coming up to Christmas. I was like, boom, I'm getting out of here. Just like that, I just said, you know what? I'm not going to sit around, wait for this place to be sad, move gym again. I'm going to try something new. Let's get out of here.
So where was you going? What was the plan? Did you have a plan?
No plan. No plan. Zero plan. Zero plan. I just knew I had to get out.
And where was your target? Where was you going? Thailand?
Again, there was no target. I just had the feeling. So I said, okay, research. Had this weird like idea, America.
Yeah.
There's America, why not go there? Okay, look up gyms, fuck, expensive. So then I said, you know what? I'm gonna put up a post on my Instagram saying, hey, I'm an athlete, an Irish athlete, professional, I have this. Things are slowing down, I wanna get out of here. It's very tough financially. It's good to use the honesty. It's a tough sport, it's a tough life. Financially, it's tough. Can someone help me out?
Sometimes it's good to call for help, you know?
It's okay to call for help. When you're honestly doing the work.
Especially as men, yeah?
Yeah.
It's okay to ask for help.
It's perfectly fine to continue doing what you're doing and to just regroup and maybe get more stability and boost yourself again. Come back, help these people, help other people, do the same thing. So where were we? What was I saying?
Yeah, I was talking about when you was deciding.
Oh yeah, the move. Yeah. The leap. So then America was too there, and boom, next morning. When you're in alignment, stuff works out for you. When you go the direction you feel like you should be going, universe just works for you. Next day, I get 100%, bro. Next day, I got a text off one of these lads that lived there in Thailand. He's done the circuit.
Yeah, he's gone around.
He's done the circuit. And back then he's done the circuit, not even now, so it's easier.
So this circuit, you mean like in Asia going?
Yeah, like Asia, he's done Thailand trips, he's fought abroad.
Yeah.
He's been out the Irish loop. So he knows the scene, he knows what I can do for a fighter. And he said, yo bro, I can give you a hand. Like, I knew this guy from before. He was in my first gym. I was just like, dude, is this big guy to me, and you know all this. Nate Enroy. And he said, yeah bro, I can show you a bit of cash, like I know what it's like to be a fighter and stuff, and I'd like to give you a hand. I was like, yo, like, he said, do you know where you want to go? And I said, oh, I kind of thinking of America. And I said to him, like, do you have any ideas? Like, and he said, oh yeah, I have a mate in Mexico, this other big fighter, Eddie Farrell in Tulum. And I was like, oh, that sounds exotic. I said, let me sleep on it though. I don't want to make any decisions that I don't want to do. She said, yeah, cool. Give me a text in the morning. Slept on it, woke up, knew it wasn't the one. Then my mom said something like about Bali.
Yeah,
So again,
interesting.
this is following your gut. If it's not right, think about it. It wasn't right. Had a chat with the most important person in my life.
That's it.
You know.
Love you, Mum.
Yeah, it was interesting how Bali, maybe like how she got the idea.
It was
Bali,
her dream. It was her dream. It was her dream. So I'm living her dream now.
And she gets to live her dream now.
Yeah, through you.
100%.
Amazing.
And also when you slept on Tulum as well, what didn't sit
Just
right
with
with
my,
you?
like I said, my gut, bro. If I was following my gut from a week before, that's the shift I was in. I wasn't in my head anymore. I was in my feels.
Yeah.
I was following my gut. Your gut is not wrong.
Alright, so you put your target on Bali.
I said Bali to him. He goes, "Oh, yeah, I have another mate out there, Mike from Soma." So it literally just lined up perfectly. I said no to this great opportunity, and a better one just came around because it wasn't right for me.
And how long did it take from that?
Right.
Okay.
So we're about
And then to actually jumping on that plane.
2 weeks. So 1 week, in 3 weeks this happened. 1 week, I got sick, took the rest, made the decision, and 2 weeks. He said he'll sponsor my training over there. He said training, he said he'll pay for a moped for me and stuff. Like, that's a lot, you know? That's a lot.
Start, man.
Yeah, it's a brilliant start, and I'm grateful for that. So I had to make money for flights, make money for
Accommodations.
accommodation, I had to make money for food. This is totally new to me.
And again, you're just like,
22.
And you also would be your first time in Asia as
First
well.
time in Asia, no idea what's going on over here. No idea how long it would even take me to get there. No information.
and it is, yeah, it's like literally getting on the plane like into a new world. 'Cause when I
Madness.
travel over the world, most places, but I never went to Asia. When I went to Asia, to me, it was like a new world. So, so that
Yeah.
wasn't crazy. So, so you, how long did it take for you to get on that plane then?
I just set a goal. I set an immediate goal for myself. I said, I want to be out of here by Christmas.
You wanna?
This is out of here by Christmas.
Yeah.
This was 2 weeks before Christmas. Like, that's a short goal. But I know when you put your mind to something, you can do it. Like, a real goal, a real feeling, a real whatever. You go do that.
Yeah, if you got a destination, you know where it is.
And it felt right. It felt as I reached out to all my resources.
Yeah.
Reached out to my mom, my nanny. These are my two resources, my mom, my nanny. That's who I have in my life.
Yeah.
As a higher power. That's it.
It's interesting you say,
But
because
that's more than enough.
when you said, it's interesting that you say that when you said you didn't have a plan, you just needed to get out.
Yep.
You were completely focused on,
was a
you're
feeling.
fighting. I mean, and then you've sort of picked Bali, you've gone to Bali. Like, I want to know, that you left with no plan and you had no clue. But it was just fighting though. But
you
like
feel
the
like
thing
you
was-
have no plan. That's the plan.
But it is a question.
But I mean, like, did you see? I mean, you would have done a little bit of research as well, and be like, because you'll be thinking about your goal. I want to be world champion, and there are levels, and there's also a pathway how to become that as well. Where did Bali fit into that whole
International. It's
it's
international.
international?
It's international. I've seen a guy where I want to be a champion of one championship. Chatri get me on there. There's a fighter from one championship in this Soma gym. Brown.
So it made you feel like that's the place.
So I was like, damn. Okay, I've seen this fighter before. I never followed Soma. I was like, oh. So there's this guy that fought there, and he's in Soma, and now this guy has this connection. Oh, well, that sounds like a nice one. It's in a tropical island. I'm kickboxing. I'm K1, so I didn't fight Muay Thai before, so that's why I stayed away from Thailand.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't want to jump into Muay Thai. Like, I'm in this sport. I want to do this sport, and that's where my mindset was at that time. And I saw he was a K1 fighter, so that's where I went. So he was influential on that part.
So after you like, okay, I'm going Bali.
Yeah.
Before you kind of
First
wait,
time
when
to
you
make
start
all this
telling
money.
people,
I didn't tell anybody.
you didn't tell no one.
Didn't tell
You're giving no chance for anyone to put any
Nope.
negative.
Because I was on such a different
I like that.
side. I told you I wasn't in my mind anymore. I wasn't in this world. I was in my feeling. I knew what I had to do. I heard the voice. And because I'm disciplined, because I hear myself in fight camps before I left, I can listen to myself. You know, I trust myself. Oh, that's what I need. I don't have to validate that with anybody. I'm going to go do it.
Your voice.
At 20, at 21, 22, that's what you should be listening to. You should be listening to yourself, what you actually want, not what your mom wants, not what your friend wants, nothing like that. They're important people, but they're not as important as you are to yourself. So I had to make all the money. I had to make this money to get there.
And so how did that go? You know, Simon knows your progress, but for me and others, you've got to Bali, you know, you started training, and then, you know, you want to...
Let him say that. I like the story, because I saw him come in. I seen many boys come in. You know, he come in, ginger, Irish, so he standing out straight away to me. I was like, oh, you know, okay, he's close to home for me as well. But he came in and, yeah, man, tell the story, because... You know, you came in, you only had a certain amount of money, you know. Yeah, tell your story.
There's more to this. I'm going to just backtrack just a little bit. So the attitude I came with here is because the attitude I had before I came. It was slow, it was stopped, there was no momentum. I said, I need momentum. I went on like a mini diet for myself, like to save money, to focus, to be a better me. I got like a day job. I had a day job, I had my trainings, I was doing PTs at home, I was doing classes. Then at nighttime I went and I got a job at like a bar. So I was waking up at like maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, no, 7 o'clock in the morning, getting a bus, like doing my routine in the morning, doing my meditation, doing my focus, eating right, getting a bus, a shitty bus. My God, I hate that bus. Honest to God, I hate that bus.
The rat race bus, boy.
Yeah, the rat race bus, the poor boy bus. Getting that bus to walk in. I used to walk like an hour after my bus to get where I had to go. Train, come back. I got a little bike. Maybe sometimes I pedal up and down. Fuck. Then do my whole day class. I'm home like 6, 7. Maybe like chill out for an hour. Boom, straight to work. In there for 8. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, in there till I think 4 or 5 in the morning, right? So there was an even worse thing. I have no money. I'm on like a government dole, getting like fucking 70 quid a week off these guys.
Is that all they give?
Yeah.
Bro, 70 quid a week. It was a great 70 quid though.
Yeah.
It helped a lot when you used it right. So I got this job at night time. So I'm getting paid about €80 a night. But there's no transport. I'm not driving. I only live like 10 minutes away in this direction, but it's like back roads. Like it'll take me like 2 hours to walk, or like 10 minutes by bus. So I'm getting paid about 80 quid a night, maybe 75. Bro, the taxi I had to get home was like €40. So I'm, even in this short time a week, I'm making half of what I should be making.
Yeah.
I'm spending €2 on the bus up, but for my taxi home, 40 quid.
Because it was late night, there was no
It's
public
like morning.
transport. Yeah.
It's morning, you're paying like night out prices. But I said, no, this is worth it. Even the €40 I'm making is worth it.
You had your goal.
Yeah, I'm making like a few like 5er tips, 10er tips, maybe some nights. Then it was Christmas. I said, yo, bro, give me these Christmas shifts. Like, just give me. He was like, oh, do you want this day? I was like, bro, just give me all the dates. Like, any work you have, just send it to me. I'll get it done. So I'm still doing all these calculations, like, oh, 240, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know the thing. You go on your phone, oh, if I make 70 this day, multiply that by 7. Oh, maybe if I do a shift plus 1. You know this. Everyone knows this feeling. Yes, I'm going to make 500 this week, you know? I was like, fuck, that's still not enough. So anyway, I got into some other stuff, as everyone does. When you have a dream, you try to do everything you can. I started doing some other stuff that I shouldn't have done. But it was done. It's in the past. I had my PTs, I had my work. My beautiful nanny, she helped me out because she knew it was something I needed. She gave me some money for flights. Of course, my mom is housing me and stuff, you know. So every little penny I could save helps. My friends at the time, they didn't necessarily know what I was gonna do, but they just, like, if we went out for like a little quick meal or that, they'd buy me a drink, or, you know, just sound dudes. Like, I have good boys around me as well. So love you guys too. So this is the attitude. All in. All in. I got a few lifts one night. Boom, double money. Like, that was class, you know? Boom, it's New Year's. I set a new plan. Work through the Christmas. Work them, say Stephen's Day, Boxing Day. Work all these days, so that's good days to work. Double
bang.
Yeah, double bang. Boom. Deadly. Have this money, have my bank account and all this. I literally booked my flights. That's all my money gone.
Yeah.
What was the date you booked it for?
New Year's.
Years.
So that's quick. That's a quick turnaround from like the second week of December, or its first week, to New Year's. I arrived here in Bali New Year's. In the air, I was flying over, where did I fly? Qatar, I think? Over Qatar. Or Muscat it was. Muscat, it was New Year's. I sat on the plane with my little journal. I was like, yo, here we are, New Year.
On a plane.
Landing in Bali. Here we go. This is it. I'm all in here.
So you land in Bali. I mean, what was your first thoughts when you
First
got
thoughts.
to Bali?
It's hot.
Where the fuck am I? That's how I can imagine.
It's hot.
Sun cream.
Bro, I'm ignorant with that. I'm ignorant with something. The whitest guy will actually have a bit of tan now, but not much.
White and ginger.
Yeah, so tell us, like, you've gone there, it's a bit of, it's a completely different world. You get to the gym, and I assume you get there day one. Like,
straight in, off the plane.
Yeah.
Off the plane, I go, gym. That's where my first spot is. Get in the mix.
And in some way, you get tested. You know, if you come with like, you want it kind of thing. They're like, okay, you want it?
Yeah.
Let's try this guy out.
Yeah.
Smash me on pads. Like, I'm wrecked. I'm in my room. And I'm looking at my money again. Financial is a huge part of it. Financial stress is the biggest stress in the world. I don't care what anybody says. Maybe your health is very big, but again, only because you don't have the financial.
Yeah, that's how we always call it. Everyone always says that, what's your goal? That financial freedom.
Yeah.
Straight out. Financial freedom, everything else sits in place.
And I'm grateful again. I'm grateful for sponsors that now sponsor me. I met some beautiful people that give me help. Guys from around the world are like giving me free shit, like gear and stuff, and like that makes my life so much easier.
Yeah. Stepping stone.
Yeah. So for 2 sessions on my second day here, Mike, just like the head coach of Soma, just asked me like, yo, so like, what's up with you? Like, he knows the person that sponsored me, the guy that sponsored me put in a good word, like, yo, I know this kid.
You can see
he's on, like, he's a good dude, like, he wants to fight, like, here's some of his pro fights. I'm already set up. I've already had pro fights. I've already done the amateur, like, I know what's going on.
You're not a newbie.
Yeah, I'm not a newbie. I'm new in this, like, international circuit, but I know what's going on. I can fight, I can train hard, I'm disciplined, I have it all.
So what does the international scene look like, and how did you get a foot in there, and maybe even your first fight,
So this is at the same time. On the second day, he comes to me just sitting on the table, and he goes, yo, so like, what are you about? I said, fuck, I want to fight live. I'm just here for a month. And he's like, would you not just stay here? And like, so this is again another truth. And I didn't tell my ma this either. I did not have enough money for a flight back. I had enough money for a flight back, but no food. Or no flight back and food for a month. Yeah. So I chose the food, obviously.
Of course, you need it for the training.
Yeah, I said somehow, I don't know. I had some other stuff going on at home that I didn't fully tie up, and I was getting a friend to tie up for me, and that would have been money. But I would have had to wait a month. Yeah.
So Mike sits down with you.
And he goes, should not just stay here? And I'm like, oh, well, now that you say that, I actually didn't book a flight back. But I said, but I don't have a lot of money. Like, I only have money for like the 3 weeks. Yeah. 3 weeks for that. And even at that, like, and he's like, oh, it's okay. Like, don't worry. Like, I'll sort you out. You can stay in the gym and stuff, and you have a place here for a month, and, you can fight out of here and all. I was like, yo, like, let's go. And this is like, I didn't really see anyone else in the gym doing this. Like, he had a few obviously doing it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was saying it earlier. When he came in I saw him come in, another newbie.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't take long for him to put his
2 days.
No, his foot in the door, man.
Literally
Man,
2
kicked down the
days, bro.
door.
Yeah.
Like, he set himself up. And
Yeah.
it's like, he knew what he wanted. Everyone saw it. He was hungry.
Another leap.
Another
Huge.
leap. He was hungry. And then bang, like, he's set up.
Yeah.
So,
And then he said to me, he goes, oh, like, what weight do you fight at home? And I said, oh, 61 kilo. He said, oh, another 2 days went by or something. He said, oh, would you fight at 67 kilos in Australia? I'm like, whoa, that's huge. Like, that's a huge weight class. I was a little bit like, whoa, what do I do with that? Like, fuck, I can't fight at that weight. And he's like, bro, like, you're a fighter. Like, you just fight. Put on a bit of weight, you'll be okay. Like, and I was like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Like, I went from 64 kilo in 1 month to 74.
74.
I remember he was trying to eat.
This is, bro,
I remember
this
watching
is
him
crazy.
trying to eat.
I was eating like, I'm eating so much rice. Again, I don't have a lot of money, so whatever money I have is going into food. I'm like getting protein shakes at the gym, like 3 protein shakes a day, like lifting weights, trying to train in this heat. Put on 10 kilos. Like, I wasn't like in great shape, like physically. Condition-wise, great shape.
How
very
long?
fit.
How long did you have to, when he lined you up with that fight, how long did you put that weight on?
About a month.
1 month.
Yeah, about a month. So when I was at 74, it was like a dirty bulk, like not clean, not real.
He's like, what is it all cutting all that? He's like,
Yeah.
I'm
So I
gonna
was a
need
little
that
bit-
diet, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I went, fought this fight. This is my first Muay Thai fight
And where was it?
in Australia. Yeah, Brisbane. So this guy was like a decent level, like. It was for a Commonwealth title. So not only is this like I'd fight at a bigger weight class at a disadvantage, like this guy had like, I don't know his record, maybe like 25 Muay Thai fights, you know?
Hometown as well.
Hometown. This is my first one in the door. I'm after putting all this weight on, I'm like fucking not feeling amazing. But this is what I want to do, so I'm going to do it. Money coming, something like 2,000 Aussie dollars. I'm like, yo,
Nice.
get me on that. Like, I'll fucking elbow your face for that money. No problem. I got, bro, this guy was like 6'3" or something. I'm like 5'10", 5'11", I think. 173 centimeters, whatever that is. I'm just looking at this guy like, oh my God. This is like a 5-round Muay Thai fight
Yeah.
for like an international title. Whoever wins this fights for a world title.
Oh, that's it.
So this is like, it's a pretty decent level.
It's a big, yeah.
It's a big jump, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, like, let's go. Mike's attitude about fighting is, fuck it. I'm putting my trust in Mike. I'm putting everything on this line. I'm here. Let's do it. 5 rounds. I almost stopped in the first round with a body shot. Then we went through 5 rounds of war. 5 rounds.
Yeah, it's a naughty fight.
Yeah, with this big guy. I got like my first elbows. Like, never clinched in my life. Never threw an elbow in my life prior 3 weeks to this. And I'm in with this like international level fight. After this fight, he went and he won the world title. So I basically, if you want to put it in a word, I basically fought like a 1 step away from a world champion for my first Muay Thai.
It shows you your levels.
Yeah, it just shows me the heart, like my determination. 5 rounds, I just gave it to him. I didn't stop chasing this guy for 5 rounds. He just won a little bit more on points, you know? Which is a great like takeaway from the fight.
Because you didn't get knocked out.
Didn't get knocked
you
out.
didn't
Bro,
puff
I was punching this guy around. He was on the back foot, like cowering a little bit for the first 3. Last like 2 or 4, he kind of got a stride and landed like a few elbows that I was silly about. So you could see like some blood coming down, which is great for judges, you know. So I had this blood.
We've
5
got a link
rounds.
up on the bottom here. So you
Yeah,
can
bro,
watch that
sick fight. It was good. 5 rounds. That's a long time, bro.
So then
3, 6, well, 15
Yeah, it's
minutes, bro, of someone
Yeah.
coming at you like.
and it's like, I do boxing, I've done martial arts.
Yeah.
Like Muay Thai, will always say, everyone says, the most full-on fighting sport
Yeah,
is Muay Thai.
yeah.
You're using all the different limbs,
Agreed.
your knees and
Yeah.
elbows,
And it's the intensity.
Yeah,
It's the intensity. It's like in MMA is like they're great athletes because they have to do so much, and it's much more about physical condition, like lifting and holding, and but there's little bits of like stalling and stuff. But Muay Thai, when it's on, it's on. It's like just like just non-stop, you
You're
know?
standing there in front of each other. It's
Yeah.
like, and boxing and even MMA, yeah, you know, you're trying to outthink the person, trying to think the person. He's like, no, I'm
Who's stronger? Who's more ruthless? Like, who can do more skill but also just smash each other?
And then so you've flown out to Brisbane.
Yeah, first time over there.
First time.
Yeah,
And so you've
I've
gone
been Bali
through that.
like a month, 3 weeks. Set myself up here, still broke, still flying over, still taking this challenge, taking more leaps, but I'm in. I've just surrendered to it now.
Yeah.
I've just surrendered. So this is like a goal.
All in.
I wrote down before I came here on the plane that New Year's, I want to be a continental champion. I want to fight in this promotion, K1, before I've left. So I'm writing all this down. This is the first fight I get. It's the first one on my list. Like, how crazy is that?
Great.
You know? So fought him, didn't get the win, learned so much from it. Came back. Then it's like again, just stalling, waiting, hoping for another fight again. Training. Just because I lost didn't mean anything. Straight back at it. Straight back at it. No time to feel sorry for myself.
So where you are now,
Yeah.
to where you came from, like, are you happy where you are now?
I'm a monster right now.
Yeah,
I'm a monster right now.
And what I mean, so you're here in Bali now. What's your life like now in Bali? Like, you know, because you got the whole training thing, but what's your whole life like in Bali?
Oh, my life is just, it fits so much more into who I am, as like going slower, just chilling out, being more like grounded with people. There's no one here is about this like fast life,
That very soon.
rat race, fast life, crudeness. I see people in Bali that like locals here, not earning as much money, nowhere near what people are earning. Like even less than base salary, much less. They're on construction sites earning, what is it, like €5 a day or something if you convert it.
£5 a day.
In the sweat and heat.
All day, 12 hours, longer
All
than that.
day,
Like,
away from their families, probably in different islands, grafting. And they still have the energy to look over as I walk by and smile at me.
yeah.
They're still happy to eat food with their mates and their work. Fucking €2.50 food they're getting, probably less, €1 worth of food. €5 worth for 10 people, and they're still happy. That's a difference. Every single day I see someone working, I think that.
Yeah, so
Every day.
So your outlook on life, like,
Oh, my outlook is,
just
it's
changed
what I
from
had.
what it was to
It's what I had before, plus the actuality of it. Now it's justified. I could always say, hey, bro, like, chill out, like, it's not that bad. But I could never tell him why. But now I can say, bro, what are you complaining about? I live in Bali here, thankfully, and there's these boys. Can you shut up? Like, you've no idea what you're on about. Now I can silence them.
The dog's neighbour, I mean, the neighbour's dog, like, it's like, fuck me, man.
Yeah, you have no
It's
idea.
yeah.
You know, you have no idea. And I'm so grateful I've got this at such a young age.
Okay, so one of the biggest things, I guess, people might be thinking is like finances, right? Now you hear that you're in Bali.
How do I stay here?
You know, how do you stay here? You know, I guess you're training here. What's that sort of look like?
So first of all, no matter how much money you have in the world, it's always going to be down to your budget, your exposure to what you're doing, who you're seeing, the quality of life you're willing to live. This is a great place to see that. There's a party every night, multiple parties. There's billionaires going around. There's millionaires going around. There's super poor people. There's people just on holidays, people staying here for longer. There's so many situations.
Entrepreneurs.
Everything. There's everything here, and you can see it. You can see it with your own eyes. So it's up to what you are actually comfortable with. If you want to be fake and have a nice bike for a month, okay, cool. I'm not going to have a nice bike. I'm going to have a normal bike, and I'm going to get 3 months. I'm going to have a standard meal every day and be honest to myself. Oh, do I really need that amount of food? Simon told me one thing before that switched me up. That he's saying about fasting. I hope you don't mind to say this. Sometimes he fasted because he didn't have the money to spend every day.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, it's like,
You know, and that's something that hit me. Like, you chose that. You chose one, a great health option, not to pretend and I eat every day. That's a luxury, bro.
It's not
Eating is even a luxury.
Is it? You see, but don't eat,
Yeah.
and give up and go home.
Yeah.
I was like, right, I need this much money to get through this week.
Yeah. And I've
Like,
been
if I
there,
buy
bro.
food through this,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get to this. I was like, alright, if I don't eat, I know I'm gonna get money at the end of this week.
If you've
I'll
been
come
there,
for that.
if you've been there on this conversation with yourself, you know.
And I think part of it is this, sacrifice. For the
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. and
That's what it
everything,
is. Sacrifice.
man. The whole thing, that
Your ego. Sacrifice your ego.
Yeah. And for person with me, what that sacrifice on food for me is I work more.
Yeah.
Right, I work more because I'm not going back. Yeah, I'm
100%.
literally not
Work
going
harder,
back.
involve yourself more. Another part, I'm super grateful. There's two parts. So one or three altogether. One is budgeting, like being honest with your living situation. Two, I'm super grateful to be able to fight around the world, get paid from these promoters. I have other fighters to fight, so I'm grateful for these guys. Third one is a big one. Sponsorship. Sponsorship for athletes is quite big. It can be a small donation. It could be a monthly donation. It could be an annual one. But to sponsor a fighter means so much more than you think. You know,
helps a lot.
it's not a person that's just taking money.
I'm curious to know, with the gym that you're in here now, right? Gyms are huge in Bali, right? How many of them, as like maybe a percentage, are like fighters or just people here just to, for weight loss or here just to chill at the ice bath and saunas? What is there a lot of fighters?
At the moment, there's a good lot of fighters in the gym, but there's different levels, and the levels doesn't determine how like much of a fighter you are or not. Everyone that fights is a fighter, and I always have respect for anyone that can put a training camp, put their body on the line. I know what it's like, So always respect for anyone that gets into a ring, and everyone should have that respect.
Yeah.
It's a crazy
You
world.
say that. I'll give up so much respect for anyone who goes underneath them ropes,
Yeah,
underneath
bro.
them lights.
It's a different
in front of the
story,
crowd. Yeah, I don't care if you win or lose.
Yeah.
It takes so much to do that.
From
A
the
lot of
lowest
people
level
wish they
to
could
the
do it.
highest level.
They never do it.
Yeah.
So to do that, it's like it takes a lot. So always take our hats off to them people getting the ring.
Yeah. So with the sponsorships, that's a great way to keep
Keep it on.
to promote the brand also, to promote through me as a hard-working, dedicated, committed, like fully involved, respected athlete, coming from where I come, being here, representing all that I represent over here. So if anyone's ever looking to jump on to support, a dedicated athlete, a dedicated prodigy, please.
Yeah.
reach
So
out to
where
me.
can they reach
You can
out
reach
to
me
you?
on my Instagram is the most direct, Aaron Clarke _official.
Done.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks for jumping on. For those that are watching or listening, just make sure you hit the subscribe so you get awesome interviews like this. Yeah. Ryan, if you're listening, just make sure you leave a review down on Apple or Spotify, and then otherwise, we'll see you next week with another interview, and we'll chat soon.